Years following the events of The Shining, and now adult Dan Torrance meets a young girl with similar powers who tries to protect her from a cult known as the True Knot, who basically prey on kids to to get their powers. Hey guys, welcome to my new movie review for Doctor Sleep. This movie is rated MA15+. The duration of this film is 2 hours and 31 minutes. It's directed by Mike Flanagan. The cast of this movie is the incredibly stunning and amazing Rebecca Ferguson, who plays Rose the Hat, the absolute brilliant Ewan McGregor, who plays Danny, and Jacob Tremblay, who plays Bradley. Guys, for any of you who've been following me for any period of time at all, you know that I like to talk about the good stuff, the bad stuff about the movies. I like to get that over and done with, and I like to talk about the good stuff and just, end it on a high note. The biggest thing that I didn't like about this movie, and you're going to be like, what? Where are you going with this? I'm actually going to start this review, the bad things about that I don't like, because I need to give you a bit of context of what I'm talking about before I go on. I'm actually going to be talking about Batman Begins and The Dark Knight. You're like, what the heck has that got to do with Doctor Sleep? I know you are. You're welcome. Please bear with me. The biggest thing I don't like about sequels, and I hate it so bad, I always have, is when they get cast members, totally different people, to play old like the same versions of someone else. I hate that in movies. I hate it so bad. That is the biggest thing I didn't like about this movie. They're like, what does Batman have to do with The Dark Knight? One of the things about a movie, I didn't even see this happen. This is how well they did it with the Batman and The Dark Knight. They actually changed the character of Rachel from the first one to the second one. So in Batman Begins, she was one person, and then in The Dark Knight, she was another person altogether. As in, like, she was Rachel, but the actor who played it was completely different, because Christopher Nolan said that she was the weakest part in Batman Begins, and then they strengthened her in The Dark Knight, and obviously it was incredible. The reason why I'm saying that is I completely understand why they did what they did, and they chose to do what they did with this movie, because this movie takes place, years after Danny's grown up and he's a man now, but they actually used elements of directly after The Shining. This movie takes place directly after The Shining, like literally. So they had to get a look-alike characters, Danny, the mum, and I won't go into any other specifics. I don't want to give any spoilers away. The biggest thing that I was like, yeah, that was cool, that was really, really cool, is the lady who plays Danny's mum in Doctor Sleep. One of the things that I really, really respected about her character was the simple fact that she sounded so much like The Shining, the lady who plays it in The Shining. Now, if you haven't seen my movie review for The Shining, go to my channel, and that's definitely on there. The thing that I don't really understand, I get that this movie is a thriller, is a horror. I understand those elements, but to me, it wasn't, because I didn't find it scary at all. But I found it brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. The director, Mike Flanagan, tried to, in this film, in certain sequences, to revolve back to The Shining, to make it look an identical imagery of Into Doctor Sleep, right? With characters that resembled in a very, 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 very clear visual element of the characters from The Shining. In my opinion, man, he crapped the bed on it so bad. He crapped the bed on that so bad, in my opinion. That was the elements of this movie I didn't like at all. I thought they were terrible. So bad. Now, in saying that, that's literally everything bad that I want to say about this film. Guys, this movie is brilliant. Oh my gosh, this movie is so brilliant. This movie is so well executed. Hands down, done. In every shape. I know you're like, oh my gosh, he's just gone from what the heck to what the... Seriously, this movie, what a sequel. What a brilliant sequel. Oh my gosh. One of the things that I found really interesting about this, guys, more than anything, is Jacob Tremblay has a really, really small role in this, and yet he is actually the third top billing movie for this, top billed for this movie, which is amazing. But his role is so small. In saying that, his role is so vital to the story of this film. Ewan McGregor. Wow. Man, that guy can act. Man, that guy can act. Ewan McGregor can act. Oh, guys, if you get a chance, take the opportunity. Check out Doctor Sleep. There's a sequence at the start of this movie, and I don't do spoilers, guys, I don't do spoilers, but there is a sequence at the start of this movie where, my thumbnail, that scene of what I've done with my thumbnail, that's the scene just before that, like literally, like sort of that leads onto that. What my thumbnail is, that leads onto that scene. Oh man, I was impressed with that. Oh my gosh, I was so thoroughly impressed. And then it just got better. It just got better. This is one of those movies, guys, where you're like, it just literally hooks you in, and then it goes, all right, let's do this. Let's party. And then it just gets better and better and better. The character development, the scripting, the elements of the visual effects in this movie, so impressive, guys. I mean, completely 100% impressed in every level imaginable. I am not joking, you guys. This is one of the most. This is the reason why I went. This is the biggest reason why I wanted to bring up the Batman Begins and the Dark Knight, because Batman Begins is such an incredibly brilliant film. It's so good. But then the Dark Knight craps all over it. It's so iconic. It's so good. This movie has, you ready? Say it with me. 3, 2, 1. Rewatchability. Oh my gosh, does this have rewatchability? Purely because of the cast elements of what they bring to the table. Man alive. Oh my gosh, you guys. Seriously. This movie is going to stand the test of times when it comes to sequels. I promise you. I promise you. Seriously. This movie has elements to it that is so... It's just so laid out. It's just so laid out. Now, I want to talk about one scene that I absolutely hated. I hated it so bad. I understood what they were doing. I get it. But it takes me back to characters playing characters, okay? Characters playing other actors and vice versa, okay? It's the sequence at the bar when Danny talks to a certain character, okay? When you see the movie, no spoilers, you'll see what I'm talking about. Guys, that scene, in my personal opinion, just because I knew who he was trying to play, and I get it. He was trying to look like someone else. I know. But in my personal opinion, it was just like, it's not even close. Like, I know that's not him. And then they do something later in the scene, like a couple of scenes on, where the action's rising, the tension's it's building, and again, I'm like, that's not even convincing. It's not even close. It's almost to the point where I kind of wish they just did motion capture, and they just did de-aging effect. But I understand that it was much cheaper to do it this way, because the high-class visual effects to the storyline linked was perfect, was brilliantly perfect. Oh my gosh, it was so good. Oh, guys, seriously, if you have seen The Shining, 100% check out Doctor Sleep. They do something with the elements of the horror aspect of the characters that taunted Danny as a kid in Doctor Sleep, and they really flip the script on it. And it is so brilliantly executed in every level, every sense of the word imaginable. I promise you, if you loved The Shining, you are going to love Doctor Sleep. Now, one of the things that I actually got a little bit nervous going into this film, guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, is the 2.5 hour runtime. I was like, oh, that's a long runtime. It does not feel long at all, in any way, shape, or form. Seriously. Oh my gosh, does this not feel long? Wow. Now, I have to say, and I apologize for this right now, just letting you know, I don't know if there is a post-credit scene. I don't know. The lights didn't come on in the cinema, but purely because of the way the film ended, I kind of didn't need it. I didn't need to know if there was. So I don't know if there's a post-credit scene. If you have had a chance to watch Doctor Sleep and you know the answer to that, I'd really appreciate you leaving in the comments below and just say, hey, no Superman Steve, there's not a post-credit scene. I really value that, because then, anyone else who checks this movie review out, they'll see the comment below. I really value that. Thank you so much. Thank you. Guys, what did you think of Doctor Sleep? Did you love it as much as me? Are you going to go and see it? I'm definitely going to go see this movie again. 100%. Rebecca Ferguson. Wow! Man, she is beautiful. Oh my goodness, she is beautiful. Okay, I need to talk about one more scene, and then we're going to get into a bit of trivia. The magic teddy bear scene. The magic teddy bear scene where stuff goes south real fast. Rebecca Ferguson's acting in that scene is Oscar worthy. Is absolutely Oscar worthy. In fact, Jacob Tremblay's scene in his vital scene, again, Oscar worthy. Oscar worthy. Honestly, guys, I tell you right now, seriously, 100%. This is a brilliant movie. This is a completely executed, perfected movie, 100%. Guys, I just want to thank all my subscribers. I just want to say, if you have subscribed, Please go ahead and subscribe to my movie reviews, my channel. I really value that so much. For everyone who has subscribed, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And for anyone who's followed me for any period of time, you know what time it is, trivia time. Mike Flanagan had to convince Stephen King that despite his own distaste for Stanley Kubrick's The Shining 1980, audiences were more familiar with that version and largely preferred King's The Shining 1997. As such, this film had to be a sequel to Kubrick film and includes the direct references to it. Stephen King first got the idea for Dr. Sleep in 1998 of the book signing when somebody asked him, "What happened to Danny?" This was a question King had often asked himself, as well as what would have happened to Jack Torrance if, Dr. Stephen King started thinking to himself, where is he now? And then where's the sequel going to be? But it was a tall order. Oh my gosh. That is so crazy, guys. I'm going to leave you with that. Just 2 pieces of trivia today. I really seriously value so much. Everyone, please, if you like this review, give a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. I really value it. Seriously, you guys are absolutely incredible. You're absolutely amazing. Seriously, I value it so much. Have you seen Dr. Sleep? Tell me what you thought. You guys are incredible. Thank you so much. Thank you for subscribing to my movie review. Thank you. You know who's bringing this movie review to you guys. It's Superman Steve. Flying